Hey, it's me. Barbed wire, weeds. What's the sign say?
No graffiti.
Right. I'm sure, right?
This side.
No graffiti this side, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the post is
The
pretty.
post is pretty graffitiized too, so. Been waiting years to come out here. Oh, I didn't have a ticket. How do I get in without a ticket? Watch out. Somebody was here. Art history class. Cadillac Ranch. One of the greats for its daring and its just kind of in your faceness. And its cultural significance.
You do sound like an art history class.
Well, no, this is for real. This is like, it's like American graffiti. It's like all of these things. Here, you want to hold my camera? No, Daryl Dietrich, my art history professor. He talked about this all the time. It's right up there with, you know, Mondrian and Klimt and, you know, Jasper Johns, Jackson Pollock, all these guys. The significance and importance of this piece of art. It's a cultural icon. It's Andy Warhol. Well, it's not really Andy Warhol. I got my tape measure here. I want to take stats. I want to know the exact distance and the height, the percentage of the Cadillac that's buried, the scale compared to human beings walking around it. That's important. It's large enough to feel important, small enough that it still feels relevant to human scale. It feels familiar, warm, friendly, approachable, but significant. It's this nice convergence zone of culture and machines, technology, experience. And it's really all about experience.
Don't trip on the spray paint.
What?
On that.
And that, let's see, 3 inches across. All right. Nothing but sky, field all around. It's like the modern day Stonehenge. Okay, let's be clear about that. It's just aligned in a row, like Cadillacs on a highway rather than in a circle or semicircle. But the monolithic effect is very similar. It's just modern, but in 2015, it's actually a modern retrospective. It's nostalgia. And each one is somewhat different from the other, all different years of Cadillacs. You got all the tail fins, and then the little tail fins, and then no tail fins. So you see the progression. The graffiti I have mixed feelings about. On one hand, I'm delighted that it's participatory. Everybody that comes here is an active participant in creating the art and expanding and extending the art. At the same time, I kind of would like to have seen them in their native form and see the rust and what the weathering alone had done to them in various, you know, degrees of weathering and decrepitness. So that's a little disappointing, but it is what it is. And at least this illustrates the importance that this has to the audience.
It's still old.
So the distance, center to center, is roughly 15 feet. Now I'll measure a couple more. That's probably consistent. And the distance, the width of each one, you know, roughly the height of the car, is about 5 feet total. Okay. The tilt, I'm not sure, it's like 20 degrees. I'll probably look that up. feet. So 15 times 10 is 150 feet long, right? Okay. Which is enough to fill up a field.
Apparently.
But the space around it is important. That's as much a part of the artwork as the objects themselves. It commands this space. It's not just a piece of art in a field, it's an experience. It's like going to a shrine or to some sort of, something of importance, going to see the Lincoln Memorial or going to church, but not like that. But there's an importance to the ritual of parking your car, getting out, walking down just this dirt path to get here. And there's nothing else here besides these things. And a few odds and ends of broken table. What's that about? Sunshine on this? See, ordinarily you'd have shine glimmering off the chrome bumper. There's no chrome left anywhere on this. It's all paint. That's okay. Beautiful day. Clouds in the sky. I love the dirt. Just the dirt reminds me, being a farm boy at heart, I like just the fields with dirt. It's like, in the morning, walking out to the bean fields or the berry fields to pick berries or beans and going through the dirt, and some of it would be all muddy from the irrigation from the night before when it's drying out in the hot summer sun. That was in Oregon. This is in Texas. It's even hotter and drier. In Amarillo, not a lot no mountains. I mean, it's almost like the Cadillacs are like the highest point around. And I'll be shooting up lots of photos because film is free. There must be about like an inch of paint on these things. It's almost like it's like the lava, or like the goopy paint pots at Yellowstone, with all these colors mixed in. Only you can touch it. It is a bit warm in the sun. This pattern, this bubbly, painty texture. And look at that against the sky. It's awesome. Gunky stuff. Reminds me of, and then the interior reminds me of the old cars out in the field at my granddad's ranch in Oregon, and we used to play inside of those. Who needs a playground? You have cars to play in. You want to drive? No, I'll drive this time. You take shotgun. Right? Old busted down cars. I don't know whatever happened to them. They got hauled away somewhere. Actually, knew a guy in Central Washington that for Christmas he got his kids some junk cars that would have been the yard for him to play with. They called him Dirty Dave. Worked with him at the warehouse. Dirty Dave could get into this. There we go. How you doing? You enjoying art? All right. Spectacular. The sun's shining. Not too bright. Painty. Oh, it does. Look at that. Hey, check this out. Look, if I can say it, the differential still works. See the other wheel moving opposite direction? That's awesome. Look inside the tire. Hello, can you hear me? This is the quintessential My Favorite Machine. Right. The camera seems to be shaking more. It's because yours truly is holding it now instead of my camera person. You guys having fun? This is awesome.
That looks like a...
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh, no, the differential. Oh, look, it does work
Yeah,
still. See,
cool.
see the U-joint there is busted. See, if I could hold that still, which I can't, the other tire would move. What's left of it? See if it. No, this one's all seized up. That's why I can't move this.
There's a positive and a negative to that.
Silver. Oops, this is still wet.
Yeah.
I left a fingerprint there. Well, that's my mark. I didn't bring a paint can. I've used my fingers, right?
There's plenty of paint cans around.
Yeah. Okay, check this out. These cans
Oh, cool.
sort of embedded in the, from the last rain, probably. It probably gets pretty mucky out here. Then when we had all the rain in May, it probably got pretty messy. Oh, I got green paint on my hand. See that?
Yeah, it's all very fresh.
Paint can. Oh, they stuffed the paint can lids in here. That's cute. Check that out. Here's the headliner. Still in place. I replaced the headliner in it was in your Volkswagen. That was a lot of work.
Don't break it. There's
Goopy.
it's a longhorn skull.
Oh.
It's a cattle skull.
Oh, right, right. I get it. Yeah, sure. It's like a Georgia O'Keeffe a la Cadillac. Yeah. I'm in a Cadillac.
Pink Cadillac, sort of.
What do you do in the back of your big Cadillac? That's what I want to know. I probably need to, you know, put this video all together and put a couple of Bruce Springsteen songs in the background. You guys all know what they are, right? You realize how much a designer in Detroit sweated over that shape? How many times they sketched that shape to get it just right? The back window shape has been like a central piece of design for cars going way back. I mean, that's one of the telltale marks that you can tell one model from another. You see it go by out fast on the street. You look at the back window and say, what's that shape? I know what model it is and what year it is by that shape.
It looks like your same color shape though, huh?
It's pretty cool. And there's the field.
You see, you got the field out here, and you got the sky above. 10 Cadillacs all in a row. Here we are. My favorite machine. Now, how would you like it if we went around and like did a whole series of these, finding the quintessential set? It's like the essential. That's what quintessential means, I guess. My favorite machine. I mean, you got CadillacRanch. What are the others that we would cover? I mean, old things out in fields, farm machinery. I've already done the iPhones and everything related to that. Old toys. You know, there's several reality TV shows that take you around and look at old motorcycles and just all kinds of machines, and they all have this common emotional connection, right? And as designers, that's what we all strive for, is to design something, anything. It could be anything. A pocket knife or a TV or a Cadillac, the 65 Mustang, the iPhone, and all of its competitors. Things that command that kind of emotional connection. That's what this is about. It's my favorite machine. It's a design quest, and it's also an art quest, because as we create art, we're defining it. We're celebrating this and explaining why this is and why it's so important to our culture and how our culture evolves. Just imagine how many generations now have come out here and seen these things, and it might mean something a little bit different to each. These little kids, they don't know what a 58 Cadillac is, you know, except they know it's this thing that they're painting. They'll remember this experience. Maybe when they're old, they'll learn more about the vintage Cadillacs. Maybe somebody will get interested in it and look them up and see how pretty they were brand new. You know, how many Cadillacs did Elvis have? I don't remember. I don't know. I'm not an Elvis guy really, but I know it was big. And my uncle Palmer had a Cadillac with big fins, and I rode in that. That was really a big car. That was like 1960 something. Just check this out as we go by. Just take in this whole, it's like Dad, should we go to the zoo today? No, I think we're going to go out to Cadillac Ranch and paint on things. Watch the wheels go around. There's nobody there to tell you you can't climb on it. See, to me, this is art. You can climb on it. How many times did I have my own art in galleries, and I made it for people to touch, and not to climb on, but to touch and enjoy. And I couldn't wait for the kids to get there, because they haven't learned yet not to touch art. Maybe someday I'll make art that you can't touch, but for now, this is what I like. You get this three-dimensional effect as we go by, right? It's almost like these are real objects in real space. Sometimes we need to get away from the virtual and into the actual. There's things you can touch and taste and smell and get in around and see the light and the shadow and smell the paint and get it on your hands. I drove out here all day, you know, to get here, actually, last night and part of today. This isn't really close to Dallas. It's in the Panhandle. Have you ever seen the movie Bernie? There's some fellow there describing the different parts of Texas, like 5 regions. He describes like West Texas, East Texas, and then he says, I left out the Panhandle, and most people do. And he just moves on to the next region. That's about says it all out here, except for this. This is important. Okay, you guys, my favorite machine. I love it. Tune back again. Watch because I'm gonna find some other stuff. I want to dig up some other stuff that's cool. We'll do more episodes of my favorite machine. Got it? Love you. Bye.